Welcome to Demon Tales. You've met them in nightmares. Now, meet them here. You must subscribe to us. Don't forget to click the bell icon. Otherwise, you will not survive.
When Aisha moves into a century-old apartment, she only wants peace, art, and a fresh start. But room 7, a sealed, forbidden room her landlord refuses to talk about, hides something far darker. Strange whispers through the walls, wet paint appearing overnight, and a mural of a girl whose eyes look disturbingly alive begin haunting her nights. As Aisha is pulled deeper into the mystery, the painted girl begins changing, stepping out of the wall inch by inch, replacing Aisha stroke by stroke. What starts as curiosity turns into a terrifying fight for her identity and her life. This is the story of Room 7, the place where paintings breathe, shadows watch, and the curious never return the same. The tiny apartment above the old tailor shop always looked harmless from the outside. A narrow staircase led up to the door, the paint peeling, the wood sun damaged. But Aisha had stopped noticing those things the way people ignore the flaws of a place they've lived in too long. Her life was simple: work, sleep, repeat, no friends, no visitors. The outside world only existed through the thin street noise drifting in through the windows. The landlord, Mr. Salim, was the only person who bothered her regularly, and that too only for rent. He never came upstairs except for that one time she arrived late and surprised him leaving her apartment. When she questioned him, he claimed he was checking the windows. She didn't believe him, but she was too tired to argue. That night, after a long shift at the cafe, Aisha climbed the creaking staircase. Her feet hurt, her back ached, and all she wanted was sleep. She unlocked the door, pushed it open, and stepped inside. At first, she didn't notice anything odd, but then her eyes drifted up, just a little. A faint reddish smear sat on the left wall near the hallway. It looked like someone had touched the paint with dirty fingers. She frowned. The wall had always been clean. Aisha placed her bag on the couch and stepped closer. The smear was thin, almost like dried paint or something else. She swallowed. The apartment was quiet, too quiet, like someone had been holding their breath inside it. She touched the wall. The smear was dry, but the wall around it felt warmer. She pulled her hand back quickly. Maybe someone had been here. Her first thought was the landlord. She checked the windows, locked. She checked the bedroom, empty. She opened the bathroom door slowly. The light flickered on. The room was still. Nothing. Trying to calm her racing heart, she went to the kitchen to heat leftover rice. She turned on the stove, the flame rising with a soft whoosh. She leaned on the counter and closed her eyes for a second. She opened them. Something was knocking, soft but steady, on the wall across the living room. Aisha turned slowly. The reddish smear was still there, but now it looked longer, as if the line had stretched. Her breath caught.
No, I'm just tired.
Trying to ignore it, she sat down to eat. The apartment hummed with its usual sounds. The fridge buzzing, the fan tapping as it turned. She tried focusing on her food, but her eyes kept flicking toward the hallway. Then she heard it again. Then she heard it again, this time faster, coming from beneath the paint. Her mouth went dry. She stood up, clutching her spoon like a weapon, and walked toward the wall. The tapping stopped the moment she got close. She pressed her ear to the wall. Silence, then a voice, a whisper.
Aisha.
Faint, female, hissing from inside the wall.
No, I did not hear that. I did not.
She went to her bedroom, locked the door, and crawled under the blanket like a frightened child. But the wall behind her bed felt warm, and all night long she could hear breathing, slow, heavy breathing, coming from behind the paint. Every time she closed her eyes, the whisper echoed again, soft, dragging, like someone learning her name. By morning, she looked pale and exhausted. Her hands trembled as she washed her face. She wanted to leave the apartment immediately. Just run, but she had work and she needed the job. She opened the bedroom door slowly. The hallway wall looked normal again. No reddish smear, no stretched line, no marks, just plain paint. For a moment, she wondered if everything had been a dream, a hallucination caused by fatigue. She stepped closer, squinting at the surface. That's when she noticed it. A faint fingerprint, not hers, small, like a child's. Her stomach turned. She grabbed her bag, locked the door behind her, and hurried down the stairs without looking back. At the cafe, her coworker Zara noticed instantly.
You look sick. Everything okay?
I just did not sleep.
It's that creepy apartment, isn't it? I told you the landlord's weird.
Aisha didn't reply. She couldn't explain what she'd heard. No one would believe her. When her shift ended, she lingered outside the cafe. The sky was turning orange, and the streets were slowly emptying. The idea of going home made her chest tighten, but she couldn't stay outside all night. When she reached the creaky stairs, she paused. Someone had left the building door open, and the smell of damp wood made her nose wrinkle. As she climbed the steps, the air thickened around her, pressing back. Halfway up, a sound echoed from above. She froze, her skin prickled. A soft giggle, too close. She ran inside, the door slammed shut. On its own. Inside the apartment, the living room was dim, darker than it should have been. The shadows felt thick. Then she saw it, the wall, cracked, veined, alive. Heart hammering, she stepped closer. The cracks curled outward, as if the wall itself was alive. She touched the paint again. It was warm, too warm. She snatched her hand away. A crack ripped down the wall. Rip! Something clawing from within.
No!
Isha stumbled back. It came again, faster, harder. Then a whisper seeped through the cracks.
Let me out.
Aisha stumbled into the kitchen, breath shaking. Fingers clawed the countertop. She wanted to scream, but could not. Something thumped inside the wall. A dark shadow oozed through the cracks, curling along the ceiling. Aisha's eyes widened. The shadow stretched, taking shape, forming something that wasn't fully human. She backed away slowly, but the shadow lifted its head, if it even had one, and turned toward her. The room grew colder, the lights flickered, and then the voice returned. Not whispering this time. Clear, closer, right behind her left ear. Aisha spun. No one was there. The voice lingered, warm and cold, whispering inside her skull. Her knees weakened. She pressed her back against the kitchen counter, breathing fast and shallow. The shadow on the ceiling moved, slowly stretching down the plaster. Its limbs grew long and crooked, bending the wrong way.
This is not real. This is not real. Real. Too real.
The shadow had a body now, ink and paint, half a face. Human eyes stared back.
Aisha.
Her breath caught in her throat. It knew her name.
What? What do you want?
The creature tilted its head. Its neck stretched too far, cracking, snapping. Then it pointed toward the wall.
No! I'm not opening that! I'm not going near it!
The creature stepped closer. The wall began to bleed color, dark crimson dripping like thick tears. The cracks widened. And then, a hand pushed through. A hand. Paint-covered fingers curled outward, reaching into the hallway, clawing for space. Aisha screamed and ran for the main door. She grabbed the knob. It burned her palm. She pulled back with a cry, stumbling. The apartment lights flickered violently, buzzing like angry insects. And the whispers. Oh God, the whispers. Dozens of voices now, all at once, all from inside the walls. Inside its mouth was the mural, room 7, a girl trapped inside, screaming silently.
No. 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 You have already been painted.
Aisha looked down. Black paint dripped from her hands. Her skin was turning into brushstrokes. She tried to stand. Her knee bent like wax. Her scream broke into a hollow echo. She reached out. Her fingers hit the wall. Flat. Something pulled her back. A wooden frame closed. Silence. The next morning, Zara knocked. No answer. She pushed inside. The apartment was empty. But something caught her eye. Something that made her blood run cold. A new painting hung on the hallway wall. Aisha, inside a room that looked cracked and bleeding with paint. Her palms pressed against the inside of the canvas, eyes wide with a terror that felt alive. So alive, Zara's stomach twisted. Under the painting, in dripping strokes, were the words, "She opened the wrong door." And beneath that, a smear of wet black paint. Or was it blood?